Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today, as you can see, we're taking a look again at the Corvette twin turbo project. So to do so, we had to take all the fiberglass wrapping off that Cameron had put on when he installed and mutilated his kit. I'm not even going to say modified. Now I can show you a little bit more of what happens when you hire a bad welder. Take a look at the offset here. Yeah, you're gonna have real good flow through there. It's not even straight. And you can look inside, see the big ridges. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna look too much inside, but again, look at that one. Look how offset it is. Again, it should be looking like the way UPP made it, which is straight and in line, not bubble gum and goo. Again, you can see different piece here, didn't bother ceramic coating, just wrapped it up. And again, that bung doesn't look too bad, but it's this one right here, or sorry, it is just even inside. You can still see weld rod and stuff on the inside. Can I show you that? Right there, you can see the welding rod. He actually kind of just has it hanging around on the inside. And again, you can see all his welds are rusting. That isn't a good sign at all. None of your welds should be rusting. But again, it's just the bubble gum, the offsets. Like, that one I thought was bad. But then, after we pulled it off, and I seen this, like, that's horrible. This one is the best showing. Look how offset that is. That is definitely not the path of least resistance. Well, if you guys remember, Dan from when we did the Hemi Jeep exhaust did a really good job. And Dan, how would you rate these welds?
Poor.
Poor. You can't even give it a number. So that's the thing. We're gonna redo those pipes. We're creating a shopping list right now as I blind you with a flashlight. And what we're gonna do is go to the other room, show you that. We're gonna have to completely remake these pipes as we don't really see too much of them that's really worth saving, and we might as well just rebuild them because on almost every single section there's something bad. So a couple more things. We've already gone over those pipes. The headers themselves have not been modified. We're all good there. Of course he did modify this. It looks like he ran a couple different setups, and what he'd done at one point was he'd done this to the factory exhaust, because at one point he did do side exit through his bumper, as you can see. We won't go over those welds because you already know those welds. As we go over to here, he'd cut the wastegate here. Why? Because he just did dumps out the bumper, as you can see. So when he did that, he just ignored the wastegates. He welded the one off, and he didn't use this pipe. That is why this one hasn't been modified. He probably had that system going down the driver's side, and then what he did is he deleted it when he did the side exit. And then he modified those two pipes to make it work. Again, I only found out the kit was slightly modified once it was... he told me he'd modified the wastegates a bit because he'd done a side exit. It looks like he's modified the whole kit, and it's going to need a lot more work. So this is our turbo feed line. I already told you guys in the last video I would be remaking this, and I'll show you why. See how kinked that is? That's just from improper packaging inside of the box. It got pinched on the way over here. Again, we have all the V-bands and other clamps that went with the kit. He did send that. There are some bolts missing, but again, V-band bolts are easy enough. We're probably going to swap out a few of the V-bands as it is. Now, I told you guys also that he messed with a couple other things, and again, we'll just simply say redoing these. I didn't know about these in the other video. I thought he threw his junk in there. No, these are actually used. This is the heater core line right there, and heater core line right here, because you do have to bring those around differently. We have the turbo flanges, which of course are going to be redone. These are the little gaskets, but I will replace the gaskets, even though I believe some people say they're reusable. It's just best to replace them. Why not? This is used. So what happens when you use this twin turbo kit? This goes over your thermostat off the block, and then this right here comes off just like that. This becomes your expansion tank. So what ends up happening is this is your new, I believe this is your your coolant hose, your radiator hose. So that would be your coolant radiator hose. That would come off of here and go to your radiator. And this neck is usually longer. As you can see, Cameron shortened it up, it looks like. And again, this neck, if you look at the UPP kits, it's about this long. Even in, I looked at their install video and I actually watched right through because I wanted to see, you know, the parts that were used. And yeah, so that goes off there. This, which is the wrong line, it should have been like a line like this. That's why this is now crispy. This is like fish aquarium line. That will never work. Anyways, they're not, it's not rated for heat, but this would go from right there to the bottom. And what would happen is as the fluid expands, since you don't have a radiator reservoir anymore, or a coolant reservoir, what will happen is the fluid expands, it comes up. If it ever expands too much, it comes out through this, which would be connected onto here, and that's where it would drip out. So you just want to make sure it doesn't drip out of the wrong area. And again, as you can see, what they do is, since there is a weld here, they use a post and a Teflon nut. So you thread this post in and then put the Teflon nut on to hold the top, because this is in the way. And yes, that was even from UPP's video. So that's how that works. These two were extra because he realized that he'd really modified these, but that won't do me anyway, because we have to do a lot more modification than what those pipes are going to allow for. And again, we might even rebuild or do a nice billet reservoir. Again, we'll use a different line than that, because although it's nice to have a see-through line to look at, they dry up, they crispy out, and then they are not malleable or flexible at all anymore. Let's go over the intercooler. So you have your intercooler right here. Most of the piping is here, which is the, of course, the lighter piping, because it's not the exhaust piping, because this is aluminum, that is stainless. Anyways, with a lot of what's going on here, the major piece we're missing is the main piece that comes down from your throttle body down and connects to here. Now, why is that a big issue? Well, that's where your blow-off valve would go, which again is another item that he forgot to send. And then on top of that, there is a 2-bar map sensor, which they send you with the kit with a Y harness, so that way you can hook up one inside the intake manifold and one on the front of the throttle body pipe there. Now, my problem with that is, well, thank gosh for Dan, we're going to have to make one. So, on top of that, I'll order that, and I'm hoping to get a hold of UPP and get a Y harness. If not, I'll have to wire one myself, or I'm sure I can buy one online. So after looking at this, we're just missing one coupler and the main pipe that goes to our throttle body. Right here, both our turbocharged pipes actually are set. Now, going into that, to finish that up, the turbocharger itself, remember how I was telling you guys they were 61mm ball bearing turbos, because that's what I was told was coming with it. I'm going to post the ad at the very end of this just so you guys can see what was told was being sold to me. Either ways, these are not. These are 57mm turbos, and they are journal bearing, not ball bearing. So again, a very different turbo than what Cameron said. So we were going back and forth, me and Dan, and looks like everything will be doable. We've just got to order the stuff in. We'll start fabricating up, and then of course we got to get it on the car to fabricate. That's basically all there is to it. I think we're going to actually end up changing quite a few things too with the kit, just to kind of polish it up a bit, make it look a little nicer. I know everyone likes to add their own little swing to things, so again, stay tuned for that and the start of the build. Again, I'm probably going to do different, we'll say, story clips as we go on the channel, and then I'll do one big video at the end of the entire install, so that way you can see that. I hope you're enjoying the series. Again, I know it's a lot of headaches for you guys. It's definitely a lot of headaches here, but we'll come out on top. Again, this is just a really nice reminder that sometimes, you know, it's nice to save, you know, half price, but as you can see, it creates half the problems. Thanks again for watching. Press like if it helped you out, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next episode.